In a world where games and real life become one. In it, there are many hero professions, secret places, ancient ruins, and many monsters. In that world, people can get experience, equipment, materials, and items by defeating monsters. But there is one monster that is very strong and rare like a god, namely the dragon. In a place called the Third Dragon School, there is a teacher giving instructions to his students regarding the job change ceremony. All the students were really looking forward to this event, including this male student. He really wanted him to be able to get a combat job, because he really wanted to help his aunt who had been having difficulty paying for her living expenses all this time. Finally, the teacher told the student to leave but Lu Fan, this student's name. He was stunned when his teacher called him because he got a strange message, and then he immediately went to the ceremony. Finally, the job change ceremony began. Lu Fan looked at the surroundings and saw information about the high priest there. He was shocked because the priest had 5 million dragon coins. Then the ceremony began by calling a student named Zhang Tao. He was the best student in this school, and he began to receive a change in his job, and he was changed to a very useful combat job. Many of the students didn't get a job change according to their wishes, and only a few got combat jobs, so those who got life jobs were destined to live hard for the rest of their lives. And an example that this woman has a poor family, and instead got the most extravagant advancement job, and Lu Fan is also a poor person. Lu Fan finally got his turn and immediately climbed the podium. He began to accept his job change. The red light and earthquake began to be felt by everyone. Suddenly, a big dragon appeared from above the sky approaching Lu Fan, and he seemed to have a hidden profession, namely Dragon Blood Warrior or Dragon Language Mage, and if true, he could become a strong figure and make new history. And the dragon's power immediately entered Lu Fan's body. The elder wanted to know what Lu Fan got, and it turned out he got the Dragon Master job. Everyone was shocked to hear something like that, and wondered why such a great change could get a job like this. And the elder in a high voice called Dragon Master a useless job change. Lu Fan went home while opening his system that he had to tame a dragon. Even though people at school think it's a hidden job, in reality it's the weakest job, that ordinary people couldn't possibly actually tame a dragon. The elder told him that it was a job with unlimited potential, but he was advised to tame a low-class dragon. And Lu Fan knows that a dragon master without taming a dragon is just an ordinary person. And if he tames a low-class dragon, is just an imitation or a monster that looks like a dragon and not a real dragon. It has been 800 years since the existence of dragons appeared, but no one has succeeded in taming a dragon. Even if there is, it's just a stupid dream. If he doesn't get a dragon, he won't be able to get all the skills. As Waki remembered his aunt because he still couldn't repay her favor. Lu Fan has arrived home and his aunt Han Ki, who works as a chef, has prepared food for him. His aunt knows that this is a job change ceremony and she wants to know what you got. But Lu Fan, while looking down, only answered Oak, and his aunt knew Lu Fan didn't get a combat job, which only worried him. Lu Fan told her that he became a Dragon Tamer and then explained that he couldn't do anything without dragons. Besides that, his aunt actually looks happy because he got a rare job, which means that Lu Fan is very strong. His aunt always supports him whatever choice he makes and whatever he finds at the moment. Lu Fan couldn't sleep because he thought about his useless job, and he also thought about his aunt because he still couldn't make her happy. He just wanted a better life with his aunt. But Lu Fan tried to get up and remembered about the treasure map system that had only opened a few moments ago. He started to open the system and found the level of the treasure. Lu Fan began to think about how to use this treasure system well so that what he had wanted all along, namely retribution, would be achieved. Then he immediately went to the location of the treasure. Lu Fan started to go alone to the Rocky Mountain Plains and left a letter with his aunt. He had arrived at the place and problems immediately approached him. Lu Fan was confronted by a group of bandits who wanted him to join their group, but Lu Fan refused and now he is facing these bandits. Lu Fan refused the invitation to join them. They offered to join not without reason because this area at night is very dangerous. Lu Fan explains that he is a summoner and he will definitely be fine that bandits leave him. Lu Fan continued his journey and he entered the forest, then met a level 8 power horn horse monster. As long as he doesn't make a fuss and disturb this monster, he will definitely be safe. Lu Fan took a detour and he accidentally stepped on a frog. At the same time, all the monsters looked at him. He was chased by the monster, however, he managed to escape the horse monster's attack. Finally, he found the place he was destined for. He started to enter the cave and found the dragon egg. It can be seen that the dragon's shell is cracked. At the same time, he is attacked by a gray fox monster. He also tried to fight it. It was difficult for Lu Fan to fight this monster in its current state, and he could only defending the onslaught of gray fox attacks, but he didn't give up and continued to fight. With the timing of attack he made, Lu Fan managed to defeat the monster and he also got his first experience. However, during Lu Fan's battle with Gray Fox, it turned out that the bandits were following him. The bandits knew that Lu Fan deceived them that he was not a summoner. The bandits' motive was not looking for ordinary monsters, but they were after the dragon egg. They immediately attacked Lu Fan at the same time. Lu Fan was thrown far away by their attack and Lu Fan was rendered unable to move. Then they managed to take the dragon egg. They immediately finished off Lu Fan. But at the same time, the egg broke and something came out of the egg, and it turned out to be a small dragon. The dragon started fighting the bandits. The big man tried to fight him, but failed and was defeated by the dragon. Then this person also couldn't fight and became the dragon's food. At the same time, Lu Fan started to use his technique, namely dragon taming, on the dragon, and this succeeded in making the dragon tame. Lu Fan managed to get the dragon and started attacking remaining bandits and finished them off. After the incident, he took a break to heal his wounds. Lu Fan is very happy because his wish that he has always wanted to achieve will come true. But at the same time, the dragon licked blood from Lu Fan's hand and suddenly the little dragon experienced something strange. The little dragon suddenly turned into a woman with horns. A dragon that can turn into a human. When you get this dragon, you will also get lots of active skills. And each of these skills has a different level of strength, but is very strong. Of the 3 hidden professions regarding dragons, the elders said that Dragon Tamer was the weakest, so that was wrong. The strongest is the hidden profession Dragon Tamer. Even though this dragon can change into human form, its behavior is the same as a dragon, and Lu Fan gave the dragon a name, Saya. Finally, they started hunting other strong monsters out there, but they were chased by a pack of hyenas, and they prepared to do battle with the hyena horde. They started fighting the hyena group. Saya's attack in the form of a burst of fire was so strong that the hyenas lost instantly. And Lu Fan also gained a lot of experience from this victory. Suddenly, a large monster was seen in the dark cave. The monster is a 3-headed blood, which is a level 25 elite boss. They are also prepared to face this monster. The monster began to gather fire energy skills in its mouth, and Lu Fan together with Saya had to stop the attack. When the monster gathered its attack energy, they immediately responded with a dragon transformation, namely a jaw attack, and Lu Fan immediately attacked it with dragon teeth, causing the monster to fall to the ground. The battle ended and Lu Fan got a lot of experience up to level 14 and then the Black Dragon level 9. They continued their journey to find treasure. On the other hand, there are adventurers who seem to have difficulty opening the path to the dungeon because it takes a lot of people to open the path. But they couldn't go back to town to call people because they would run out of time. This dungeon is only available for 24 hours. While the adventurers were discussing, suddenly Lu Fan came among them, and it seemed that there was no sign of danger from Lu Fan for them. Then they introduced themselves and invited Lu Fan to join them for a fee of 100,000 coins. But here Lu Fan knows that the woman is a rich person in her city, and what is certain is that the prizes from the dungeon are very rare. And finally, Lu Fan followed their wishes by entering the dungeon together. At that time, it seemed like Lu Fan wanted an agreement that the amount of prize was determined by the size of the power. In the end, they both agreed. They had entered a 20-level dungeon with a hard difficulty level. They were all alert to each other. And Lu Fan took out his unusual weapon. This weapon he got from defeating a big monster before. They thought Lu Fan was a student who had just transferred. Suddenly, they were surprised by a sudden attack from a zombie that came out of the ground, but they managed to anticipate the zombie. They continued their attacks on the zombie hordes. At another time, she tried to stop the attack of the zombie horde. At the same time, this woman finished everything with one magic attack that she released, namely a Rain Star Holy Light, spell that can be used to attack or to heal team members. Their victory was not yet in sight. As a result of this attack, more zombies came out, and one of them was a level 20 Blood Walker, a strong elite monster. These knights tried to strengthen the front row to protect the back row. Then they tried to attack the blood monster together, but something strange happened. His attack didn't work because the monster absorbed it and gave him poison. Then they also need a priest with luminous magic to remove it. They immediately released their weapons and ordered the back row to help him. At that moment, Lu Fan finally intervened to deal with them all. Lu Fan was also in danger, but he swiftly finished off his opponent using his dagger sword. With his spinning technique, he slashed his opponent mercilessly and made them shocked by Lu Fan's true strength. He fills the fragile front row, and Lu Fan reveals his true identity to them, that he is doing a big exam practice, and it turns out he's in the same year as this woman. Suddenly, during the conversation, he was attacked from behind by a blood monster, and the ranger tried to protect her. Unexpectedly, Lu Fan was the one who protected them. With his speed, he stabbed his opponent until he bounced into the wall and was defeated easily. This woman just remembered that he was the rumored man in Shanghai City, and she took advice from Lu Fan. They continued their journey inside. This woman knows that Lu Fan is a Dragon Tamer, but why can he be this strong with the weakest class? They were already in the mystical realm, center of the village. Qin Chu cannot remove poison from this man, and the only way is to defeat the guardian of the mystic realm as soon as possible. But his whereabouts are unknown. Xiao had run out of energy, and suddenly behind them appeared a very large monster, namely a level 20 Iron Skin zombie. The monster is a mystical guardian, and Lu Fan instructs them to quickly defeat the monster due to Xiao's chaotic state. This man tried to slash it with a large sword towards the monster's leg, but the monster was so tough that it didn't hurt at all. Lu Fan finally started to attack with his speed and immediately stabbed this monster hard with his dagger. However, the fatal attack that Lu Fan gave did not work on the monster because this monster has hard skin. They needed 2 more hits at a fast speed on the monster. The monster began to attack brutally towards Qin and Xiao. Lu Fan immediately told her to use her holy spell at the same time as Lu Fan's attack. The two of them began to combine their powers together with Dragon Claws and Holy Starlight released directly towards the monster. After a combined attack on each other that Lu Fan and Qin had carried out, this monster was starting to look disintegrated. But that was not the end because the main body of the monster had not been destroyed. Its main body appeared and Lu Fan immediately used his skill to destroy it, and he succeeded in destroying it to pieces. Qin was amazed by Lu Fan because he had become so strong now, he could defeat a level 20 monster. They got their treasure in the form of a chest of silver, and they divided it according to the agreement. Then they also praised Lu Fan's abilities because he was the strongest among them. They opened the silver chest and got a strength potion, a poison potion, and a normal level morning ring. They and Lu Fan wondered why prize from the dungeon was difficult like this, and Qin gave Lu a ring because of the rules, then Xiao was given the poison potion. Qin was surprised because there was no portal out of the dungeon even though it was finished. But at the same time, Lu realized that the Iron Body monster was not the final boss. They also felt a dark presence in that direction. While they were discussing in the water, there was something large lurking like an octopus with many eyes. The large monster began to appear in front of them and information about the boss was unknown. The boss started attacking them and Uncle G tried to protect them. The powerful attack made Uncle G bounce because he couldn't hold it. The boss immediately attacked Qin with tentacles and they couldn't protect her, but on the other side, Lu with his speed helps Qin from the monster's attack, and thanks to Lu, Qin survived the boss's attack. Something big appeared behind them again, and it turned out to be a complete body of the boss called Grieving Spectre level 25. They all immediately faced the boss and Uncle G will protect them all. At that moment, Lu Fan immediately attacked the boss directly. The boss's weakness is in its main body above, but before that, this boss emits an aura that can reduce attributes of all of them. Lu still avoided all attacks from the boss with his speed, when Lu almost managed to reach its main body. The boss took out a chain and attacked Lu, causing him to fall down. The chain also attacks those below it and tries to survive. Lu was also almost hit by the attack, but luckily the archer's attack blinded the boss's eyes. But if they continue like this and persist, they will all lose. Because his chain attacks were endless, Lu told them all to retreat, then uses Dragon Fang to give a flaw to escape. But Chain Lash from the boss continues to attack non-stop, making it difficult for Lu. Lu also used Dragon Blood Armor to destroy all the chains, then ended it with Dragon Claw. Uncle G and Qin told Lu to surrender because they could only defend themselves without fighting against this boss. Lu didn't give up and told Uncle G to take the others to the village. Then Lu himself will detain this boss so they can return to the village. Qin is worried about Lu, but it will be fine. Because Lu was about to unleash his true strength and a partner was helping him, the boss started attacking Lu. At the same time, he released Saya, the dragon, to stop the boss's attack. They were all surprised that Lu could bring out a dragon. A big battle was inevitable between the dragon and the specter. The Jagged Jaw's attack from the dragon makes the boss suffer pain and it falls back into the water. Attacks at high speed and causes continuous bleeding damage. They were all amazed by the dragon's powerful strength, and Qin is now doubtful about the rumors circulating that a Dragon Tamer is the weakest job. 300 years ago, a woman lived under protection of the church, but a plague struck at that time. And this woman begged to save everything, until in the end she became a dark witch. His power at that time was not to help people but only to summon spirit, but a priest came and slandered the woman because she was the cause of the plague. He took the dark witch roughly and took her to the water. All this woman wanted to do was save as many people as possible, and she shouldn't be wrong. They were all still confused about Lu Fan's strength, and the exit portal should have been visible but not yet. But at the same time, the monster had not yet weighed itself. It was still raging. Unexpectedly, its anger caused all the attributes of the boss to rise rapidly to the next level. The boss wasn't going to let them just get away and started launching water bubble attacks. This attack is a buff to reduce physical damage, so their attacks drop drastically. Kai seems to have given up on all this because her strength has run out, and Qin also blames himself, but Lu Fan still hasn't given up just yet. It was impossible for them to weaken the boss with their current strength. Lu doesn't have any strength or magic to destroy the boss because he is affected by the enemy's buff effect. But for my partner, Saya the Dragon, it's not a problem. Whether a Dragon Tamer can anticipate it because of the huge difference in strength, Lu will prove it himself that his strength is not the weakest class. The boss, Lu, and the dragon compete with each other. Lu uses dragon inspiration to increase all the attributes of the dragon, and gives commands to release stronger skill at the boss, thus making the boss lose to attack from the dragon. Finally, they managed to overcome the obstacle of defeating the boss, and a gold chest immediately appeared after defeating this boss. But this dark cloud still enveloped them, and apparently monsters had not disappeared completely. Finally, Saya intervened to face all the monsters with bursts of attack. They didn't know yet that the big dragon could turn into a human and complete its job well. They found a shining gold chest.
Thank you, friends, for joining us on this exciting adventure in the world of manhwa in today's manhwa recap. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on every exciting episode.